Hey, everybody. Welcome to Monster Monday on the very first Monday of the new year. Happy New Year, Misty.
Happy New Year, Riot.
I can't believe that a new year is here already, man. I put a post up that it literally does seem like yesterday I was on the playground chasing girls and thinking that 1999 was so far away. And, do you remember when Prince had the song
I
1999?
do. I
Like that,
do.
and we're gonna party like it's 1999, and I waited for years to actually party on, New Year's Eve in 1999, and now that's been 25 years ago, 26 years ago. Like that's just crazy to me, like
Yeah.
how fast it can go. So I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy it's here. I'm happy another year is kicking off. I have a lot planned for this year, like always. So it's pretty awesome. And
It's gonna be busy.
I see Melissa's on here, and um, she's in a hotel. I heard. So they're in a hotel because they lost power at their house.
Oh, that's so
So
sad.
isn't that
Yeah.
nice when it's wintertime and you don't have power and you have kids?
Yeah.
Like that.
Fun.
That just sounds awesome. To go stay in a hotel and worry about everything freezing at your house because there's no electricity. So I'm sorry to hear that. So that is a bummer for sure. But yeah, Craig, that is just it too. We all
Yeah.
want to be able to party like it's 1999. I want to go back in time now.
I remember partying when it was 1999, but that was a few years ago. So, yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. And though it seems like yesterday, that was a long ways away, and
Yeah.
now that was a long time ago. So somewhere in there, 50
Uh,
years went by, and I'm like, what the hell happened? Like my kids are damn adults. I got gray hair. I don't know if you can see, but I got like hair. I haven't shaved my head lately, so I have hair, and I have a lot more gray than I remember ever seeing on my head before. So
I
I'm
don't
thinking
have
that,
any gray hair.
oh, when I grow mine back, it's going to be, if I grow it back, it's going to be full gray. I'm going to age myself 20 years just overnight. So that'll be pretty cool.
Uh,
Yeah. The Y2K bug that
mhm. I'm
everybody
terrified.
was, yeah, the computers were going to crash. And I owned a construction company at the time, and I had only been using a computer for a few years back then. So in my mind, I'm like, good. I hope these all die and we can go back to doing paper, because I'd rather just do my estimates with paper and hand them to somebody than
Yeah.
try to figure out all this stuff. So no thanks.
Crazy.
So it's another year, and we got some big plans. You got any big plans for the year outside of what we're doing? You guys got anything
Oh,
going
outside of
on?
monsters?
Yeah.
Outside of monsters. I don't know if there's life outside of monsters. I'm not sure.
There's not much for me, that's for sure.
I don't think so. If you wanna talk monsters, yeah, I do, but,
Yeah,
mm,
I was just curious if
maybe
there's anything outside. I'm going on vacation for my anniversary in March. I think
are
at least
you?
we're going to try to. I hope so. I had a
Well,
trip.
Daytona, but that's kinda March. That's kinda monster stuff related too, so I don't know.
Yeah, I never went to Daytona before. I had monster stuff to do, and I like going down there now because a lot of people that support us are all there in one place. So that's pretty awesome. And I don't know, is Iceman on here? I didn't even see yet.
Yes,
Yeah, there he is
yes.
right there. So I talk about a small world. So Iceman had talked to Nelson Rigg, one of the people that we're sponsoring and have helped me out and want to get more involved with the monsters. Well, I talked to Debbie last fall, I guess, and we are gonna get together after New Year's. So about getting some discount codes and things like that. But I think with a small world, I reach out to her and we talk today, and she goes, well, I got one set up for Iceman. So that's going to be the code we're going to use. I said, we don't need to have complicated things with the Mile Monsters. Like, we just need a code and that'll be fine. So we're going to put that code. But Iceman has a code. I think it is Iceman for Nelson Rigg. So that's going to be pretty awesome moving forward. That Nelson Rigg, if you're not familiar with their products, they have all kinds of stuff. But
They do.
they were the bags that were on my bike all year. The coins that I hauled around all year that nobody knew what they were or that I even had them, they were always in that bag. So on the side of my bike by my leg, I had a bag on each side of the bike. and I kept gloves in one of them, and the coins and a shovel in another one. And so I had them in there all year, and only one time the whole year somebody wanted to open that up and check the bag out. I think it was Mandy or Honor, and I told them no, they can't open it. And the look they gave me, like, what do you mean I can't open this? And look inside of it. So I kind of started laughing, but their bags are really nice, and I'll test to the fact that
Yeah.
they take a beating. Like, I had a shovel in there, and I thought the shovel was going to wear a hole in the bottom of it, and start to leak. But I had those two bags and the bag on top of my tour pack, for keeping stuff in. They never had one leak the entire time. 100,000 miles of just straight abuse and taking rocks like that side one. I heard things hit it, from time to time. So that's just kind of cool. And I thought it was just kind of a small world that when I talked to Iceman was already on it. His things ready for his monthly thing that he's taken over. So it'll be pretty cool. Yeah, see, he said he wrecked his. Sorry, I gotta move my head to get to around my camera. But yeah, they never leak, so they're great. They're a great product. So that's gonna be in store, and then we got some other sponsors that we're dealing with that we're gonna have some things set up for monsters to get some discounts on. So that was pretty cool. So thanks, Iceman, for getting that. Now I just have to share that one instead of, and then they're gonna give it, if you use that code, they're gonna give a kickback to Mile Monsters. So helps them, and it helps us. So it's really cool. So that was pretty entertaining to hear he had that set up right when I was dealing with it. I'm like, that's awesome. He's out riding like crazy and getting things in order. So pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Let's see what else we got. We have I want to go over the Geo Hunt. That's the big thing that I want to talk about today. So I don't know if I should talk about that or your cool hat. So what do you want to talk about first?
Yeah, whichever you want to first. Looks like there's a lot of comments about the hat. So
Oh, is there comments about the hat already?
there is. Where do I
Okay.
get the hat? And
All right. So that was the hat. We had the hat. Is going to be this was a nice way to introduce the hat. We have the model wearing it. So when you put a hat on anybody that's world famous, then the hat just jumps off, jumps out at people and shows it off a bit. So that's pretty cool. But Craig, our friend Craig over at Wild Ass, he has what do you call it, embroidery machine that does the
yes.
hats. So I got with him and thought he had some beanies that he gave me, and I thought they're really cool. I want some Mile Monster ones like that. So Craig did that and had a couple test runs at it, but I think they really turned out awesome. And he double stitched the M, to make it stand out. So it was pretty cool. So Craig, I thank you for that. They're great. They're in the mail. They're going to be on our website shortly. So you can reach out there and get them. I'm going to redo everything, redo everything on the website, so it'll be easy to get. But the hats will be there shortly. I think he said they're going to be here tomorrow, so that'll be
I think so.
pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited, but I think they turn out good. And I like the beanies like that. I don't like a big thick hat.
It's not super thick, but it's nice fitting. They're awesome.
Yeah, they are really good. So he's currently got a few orders for us for the monsters. We got these hats that he mailed me a bunch already that they'll be on. And then we also have the hats for the Geo Hunt that he's going to make for everybody who signs up for that. And the Geo Hunt I was working on today, been working on it for the last 2 months, but working on getting prepped so we can have something to put on here tonight and getting the signups ready. So I went online and I got it all, the signups ready on the website, and pretty basic. And I swear to God, I put publish and just to check out all the links, make sure everything worked. And I had to run to the store. I ran to the store and Value already signs up. I get an email that somebody signed up, and I'm like, how the hell is that even possible? Like, I literally just published the thing, minutes before I walked out the door, and she's already on the ball. So now I just have it in my head that Value doesn't really work at her job. She just sits there on the computer and waits for anything cool and new to come up, because she hit that thing in 5 seconds after it was up. So here's the flyer for it that we got done. That's going to be showing all over. So and the hat just says Mile Monsters Inc. Twister.
Yeah.
So
I
Let me
was
hold
gonna
it up.
short
So it's
this.
got the red M, and the red I,
I can
and
show you closer in a
but
minute.
it looks nice. It's not so big and gaudy. But here's the flyer. Let me get rid of that banner for a second so you can see the bottom of it. If I can figure out how to do that. There we go. There. So there we got the banner. Nice and simple. I tried to put our sponsors logos in there as well. So if you notice, we got the Wild Ass, Mustang, the Legend, Clockworks, Nelson Riggs, of course, and the Goats Coffee. And I could add more to that as we go. So if anybody's interested, or somebody's interested in sponsoring us, you can let me know and I can add more to that. So that was pretty cool. Now let me get that. But the website has all the information on it. And I guess I can show you how to do that. This screen sharing thing is a little bit not normal for me. Here we go. Here is the website. So as you see, got the website on there. If you go to the website, I think it comes up here, but you can scroll down, check out the Monster 79 info. I'm going a little fast. You're not meant to read that. But here we go. You're going to get to that. It has the flyer. It has the Monster Geo Hunt there. Get the Monster Pack. What the Monster Pack is a hat, a shirt, a flag, and the most important is the Monster Book of Clues, because we're making up a book, and it's going to be just a picture book is all it is. But in that picture book is a picture of where the coins are. Because even if I told you where the coins are, like I'll tell you flat out, there's a coin in Dead Horse at the top of the Dalton Highway, at the Dead Horse, at the store, the famous picture I took in front of it where there's 10,000 stickers on the wall, that kind of thing. There is a coin at that place. But me telling you, though, there's a coin there, you would still never find it, because you have to have our book. Because when you get to the book, if you narrow it down, that coin number, I don't even know what coin is there, but I'll just say coin number 3. Say coin number 3 is at the Dalton Highway, at the Dead Horse at the end of the Dalton. You know that coin is there, but without the book, you're never going to find it. So I've heard people say, well, you hit 100 coins and you have a map on Spotwalla or a map I've posted 10 times of everywhere I've went. And you are correct. They are somewhere in that line, but you would never know. You're never going to have any idea where they are. Some are buried. They're all hidden. So, I couldn't just lay them out in the wide open or they'll be gone. And because of that, you're going to need the book. So I can't stress out enough that you gotta get the book, because the book is going to have a spot where every week, as we spell out the what am I saying here? As you spell out the clues that you get every week, you can write them in that book and then have them. And then once you figure out, okay, this coin's in Minnesota, this clue has me going to here. It might be some state capital or whatever. But once you get there, you're going to look at the book and you're going to say coin number 38 at the state capital is right here. And you look at that book and you're going to be like, there's the sign that's in the book. It's at the base of that sign. You got to go to that sign, take a little shovel, whatever. I'll tell you, the biggest thing you're going to need is one of those little garden shovels or a little knife, something. They're all, not all of them, but a lot of them are underground, like that far, like just enough that they can be left or they're hidden in something. So it's going to take a little bit of work to get to them. And it's going to be kind of fun, because when people go there, and the idea behind this is, and when you tell people about this, the idea behind this came from a combination of things. Like one of them was Willy Wonka, where they had the golden ticket that got them, a great prize, the Wonka factory, but got him into the game. That was the idea, like a Wonka, like a golden ticket, and went with the coins because everybody likes challenge coins. But if you find a golden coin, at the party, you're going to be getting a prize because of that coin. And the prizes are going to vary. Some really cool stuff is going to be available at the party. but you don't have to be at the party to win it. So when we're live, if you win it, if your coin gets drawn and correlates with the prize, it's going to be perfect. And yes, there's going to be a public list when they're found. On the website, you'll see the GeoHunt guidelines that has a list like this, 2 pages of how it runs. And after you find a coin, we just want you to tell us you found it. Send us a picture of it and that you found it, and a picture of you holding the coin at the spot, so we can mark it off that it is found. We don't want people looking. It's not something like that. And if a coin is missing, and because we're gonna have people check these coins, if a coin is missing and it's not there, it's just going to be declared void. So if somebody comes up with it 3 months later and says, "Hey, I got coin 27," I'm saying, well, that coin was void, because it wasn't there. So if you find it, you got to tell us, and you got to tell us. We want you to tell us within 24 hours. But the idea behind this is to go see America, have some fun, look at these clues, travel a long ways to go get a coin, or travel in your state, whatever. But show the kids the sites you see and the sites you find them at, and have some fun with it. So when you get the coin, you find a coin, all the coins. Here, I'll show you one just like this. Got to make sure this one I'm going to show you is set up. Here's one that I found in my bag, because I forgot to put this one out, but they all look like this. So it says this coin number has a 102 on it. They do come out, they do wear off, so it may not have a number on it, but it's in a case like this. So there's a little tin case. You open it up. Inside of it, there's a little note, and it says no cash value. Coin is part of a charity geo hunt for 2025. And this says, if you find it, please email me and I'll send you something. But anyhow, inside is the coin itself. So this is the coin, what they look like. They're a little bit bigger than, like, here is another coin next to it, so you can kind of get an idea. They're a little bit bigger. Got a logo on the back, Monster Adventure on the front, and it just has a number. The coin has a number, and all you gotta do is collect the coin and go from there. So it's pretty simple. And once you get it, there's coins, and there's going to be about 10 coins that are going to have a bonus involved. They're not going to be open to any clues. We're just going to tell you the coin is here, and if you can go to that area and find it, then you're going to get that coin and a bonus coin. So that'll be kind of fun. There's one of those is going to be there's one in Maine at a submarine site that is just the site. So it's going to be kind of cool. But you can go there and check around garbage cans, underneath signs, whatever, and give people a chance to explore a few areas and find coins without any clues. So you're just going to get that site handed to you and see if you can find. And you got to remember, these are all things I put the coin at. Some of them are cool. Like I've said this before, some are cool, some are dumb, because I couldn't believe anybody took the time to make something so stupid. And so I stopped there to get a picture next to it and hide a coin there. So, but the other thing is that people were asking about is after you sign up, we're going to have a Give Butter. There's going to be a Give Butter set up when this starts out, and have people sign up for that. And the clues are going to be given out based on how we go about raising money. So if you have, say, Misty signs up, and she's going to be one of the hunters, and she has people donate to her cause, and say she may have collected $300 at one time. Well, she can take the $300 and say, hey, I want to know everything about coin 17, because the goal is to raise $300 per coin. So if she says, I raised $300, I want to know everything about coin 17, I will email her everything about coin 17. The following Monster Monday, the whole world is going to hear about it. But she'll have a head start because she designated her $300 that she raised to coin 17. So it'll be, yes, it's in Minnesota. Yes, it's here. It right down to the GPS coordinates. And then you have your picture. It's basically got to go. But the thing is, she may think coin 17 is in Brainerd, and it may actually be in Iowa. So she may buy everything, and then that one gets opened up to everybody, and somebody else might go and get it because she couldn't get there in the 4 days before everybody else did. So
That's cool.
it's going to be kind of fun. It's going to be kind of fun, and it's going to be there's going to be some twist to it. So don't be surprised
Okay.
that there's some twists and some fun turns throughout the season and at the end of it. Right down to the end of the party, we have some twists and some turns that are going to make it very fun for everybody that finds a coin. And you do not have to find a coin to be in on this as well, because anybody that sponsors anyone is going to be eligible to get a coin. And then throughout the year, we're going to have specials that just your supporters. So I keep using Misty because she's sitting right in front of me and it comes to mind. But if Misty has 20 sponsors that have all sponsored her and she's the first person to find a coin, then one of those 20 people put them on a wheel, they win a coin. Whoever raises the most money, whoever traveled the furthest, there's going to be a long list of things that you get a chance that your supporters are going to win something to go along with it. So we might have hats for every person that sponsored you, and 3 coins that we're giving away for something really cool. So that would be really good. So don't be surprised on some twist and some fun, but this is open to anybody and everybody. So if you ride a bike, if you don't ride a bike, that's fine. You can, if your mom wants to play and she drives a car, but she wants to follow along, she thinks she can find it, that's awesome. We encourage anybody and everybody who wants to spend $100 to get signed up to do it. That's basically just the $100 to cover everything we're putting into it to get started. That's all. So the hats that Craig's doing for us and some flags and that good stuff. So that's what we got. So that's
gonna be
where we're at
awesome.
with the Geo Hunt. And I hope it's fun. I hope
It will be.
I hope it's fun. I hope people get a kick out of going around and seeing things and checking some things out. And they were things I was trying to put the coins out last year, and some things didn't go as good as I'd hoped. Some trips weren't as smooth. I couldn't put them. There was sometimes people were with me, and I didn't want to put anything with me. And nobody noticed. I think some people just wondered, but I got rid of people on Rever. They were my Rever friends. I got rid of them because I didn't want them knowing that we were doing this and watching exactly where I stopped and looked at when they're with me or something. So I was hiding coins when people were riding alongside me and they didn't have any idea. So I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun, and that's what's meant to be. It's just fun. It's just meant to get people out on their motorcycles, out in their cars, whatever you want to do. It's just meant to. This country is a beautiful place, a lot of things to see, and I wanted to take the time to let monsters around the country taking pictures and sharing these on our Facebook pages so the kids can see that cool stuff and people out there looking and raising money to help them while they're seeing some cool sites. So that was the idea behind it. It's pretty simple. It's not anything too crazy. And I see people are signing up because I got my phone sitting in front of me, and I get an email when people sign up. So I see wrong way. He's paying attention. He just signed up. So and share that with your friends, with whatever. Let people know you don't have to be a biker to do this. And on the 12th, we're going to have a party. The Monster Bash this is our 3rd annual bash that we're going to have the kids at. 2 years ago, we had it in Sturgis. Last year was in Lebanon. This year is going to be in Minnesota. So that is turned into an annual thing. And this is going to be, a great party at the end. And these coins are going to have a big part of that party. The Monster Bash is going to be on Friday night, and the Monster Crash, or Crash in the Wild Ass Party, is on Saturday. So we go from bash to a crash. It's the only time you can use crash when you're talking to a bunch of bikers and have fun with it. So we're going to go with that. So that'll be a lot of fun. But read the guidelines. Try to figure it out. If it's too complicated, by all means, hit me up. I'll try to answer any questions. I have things in my head of how cool it's going to be, how it's going to work out. But sometimes I don't put that translated well into a spreadsheet. I need Mandy for that. But I did that. I was just winging this one, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. So, and at the end of this Labor Day weekend, I plan to release all of the GPS coordinates for every coin. So the GPS coordinates for every coin are going to be released, and hopefully people just go find them by the following week, or 12 days later, whatever the Monster Bash is at Craig's party there. So I'm hoping that'll be enough time. If it's not, we think we have too many left over, we might move it up a little bit, so we can get them we So it'll be pretty cool.
That'll be
I'm pretty excited about it, and I hope to do something like this again in the future. If we do it again, I'm just going to pick 10 people to all hide 10 coins and do something like that. So it'll be pretty good. 34 weeks until the bash crash. So that's crazy to think about, really, because it seems like so far away, but it's really not. 34 weeks goes by pretty fast. It's going to take us 12 to get out of winter, and then we're just cranking after that. So that's pretty awesome. So we're hoping to get all the kids there for the week in Brainerd. I'm going to get with Craig, and we're going to get the flyer made up for that weekend, so we can get hotel rooms booked and all that. But we have to, before we release the hotel name and everything, we have to get the kids all set up so they get dibs on the rooms, and then Twister has to have a special room because she's kind of needy, and and she's gonna slap me because she's not needy at all. I'm the needy one of the group. If anybody's traveled with Riot, you'll know that I don't stay in a room with anybody who snores. I gotta have a comfortable bed. It has to be dark. Like I'm the biggest. I can sleep anywhere, but I need to be, things my way. Let's see. Wrong way. When can you buy the $300 clues?
That was
On
fun.
April, that's a good question, because on April 1st, I'm going to mail the books out. That's when the Monster Pack, everybody's going to hit the mail the same day. So I know some people like live by me, they're going to have it a day earlier. Sorry. That's the way it's going to work. But hopefully everybody will get them by April 7th. And it's going to start on April 7th, and that is a Monday. And that Monster Monday, we're going to open up for all the clues, and the clues will be given out. So if people have already raised a bunch of money, we'll be giving out a bunch of clues. And the biggest one, the clues are 4 boxes of $50 clues and one $100 clue. The $100 clue is going to be the name of the state, because if you don't know the state you're in, you're in a little trouble. So people can look at the book first and then designate. A hunter can designate, like I raised $300. I think by looking at the book, coin number 27, I think that's in South Texas or whatever. So you can designate your $300 to open that up, and you'll get that yourself then. And then you'll have a whole week, because if you get it the next day, it'll go out to everybody the day after. So I don't know, it'd be kind of fun. Just trying to make it so if you're fundraising, you get a little bit of a benefit to it.
Yeah.
But all you really have to do is buy your Monster Pack, your $100 Monster Pack, and you're going to get $100 worth of cool shit anyhow. So,
Awesome.
that you can keep. And speaking of flags, I do want to show a flag, because this is not the flag that I had in mind for the hunt, but this is a flag that we had in mind for some other projects, but it might end up with that. But check this flag out. I showed it to Misty earlier, so she already got to see it. What do you think of it? You think it's pretty cool?
That is awesome. I love it.
It's got grommets here. It's a well-made flag, and it's really nice. But I struggled with how to show people the flag and how to throw it out there. So when Michael Nielsen won 13 Days of Christmas, he's a great guy and a big supporter of the Mile Monsters, and one of the original guys out west that really was kicking off what we were doing. So when he won this, I was going to just surprise him and throw one into his box and let him post it, or let him, wonder about it, and I was just curious to see how it'd go out. Well, he put something on Facebook, and I was so busy. I was kind of off social media for a few days and doing my thing, and I was going to the store or something, and Mandy hits me up right away that like I'm keeping secrets. I was keeping secrets. I didn't tell her about the flag, and she knew nothing about it. So I did laugh about that. But these are here. I'm going to put these on the website as well, and we're going to go with it. But these are really probably a little nicer flags than we're going to need for the geo hunt. I think the geo hunt will go back to like we had for the scavenger hunt last year because get them made so much cheaper. These are the ones that you'd fly behind a bike or car or whatever. That's what they're made for. So there's a single-sided and a double-sided. And I had them made because I just wanted to check them out and see the quality that they are, but they are really nice quality. And I was telling Dylan before the show, I just don't know if there's thumbs up. You like the flag, Dylan? Perfect. Because they're the double-sided ones. I don't know if they'll fly. I don't know how they look when they fly. When they're flying behind a bike, if you can actually read them, because if you can't read them and you're only seeing one side, then the one-sided ones I think are the way to go, and they're cheaper anyways. But I don't know. We have both of them for now. We'll
Awesome.
maybe I'll get them on the website this week, and people interested in them can go from there. Let's see. I don't know how to get Wrong Way's comment off there because I don't know where he went on the. There it is. So many comments ago. Oops. Dylan must be on the ball over there too. Yeah, because I hit it and it reappeared. That only happens when we're doing the same thing twice. So yeah, and here's another good question too that Dooley had. Is there any bonus points for finding a coin while riding your motorcycle versus any other mode? There is. The thing that's going to happen with that is the prizes are the same, but the prizes that you're going to win at the end are going to be the same, but there's going to be a little additional thing if you're on your bike. So the prizes, if you're in a car, however you find it, you just have to have a coin. That's the biggest thing. You want a coin for the party, because with the coin comes the 100 coins. There's going to be 100 prizes, really cool prizes. So that's going to be the biggest thing, but there's going to be some fun things if you're just on a motorcycle. So, I mean, the vast majority of people are going to be on a motorcycle, but at the end of the day, when we were talking, it's about raising money for the heroes. And I don't want somebody that, I don't know, can't afford a motorcycle. Something happened to their motorcycle. They're not riding this summer. They got hurt. There's any number of reasons why somebody won't be on a motorcycle. And I didn't want to have it where now they can't help us and they're kind of out of it. I want to have everybody who wants to do it be able to do it, and obviously motorcycles would be the cool way to go, but this is going to be pretty awesome in general. So I'm hoping a few people in cars do make it. I got some friends that don't ride, but they're huge supporters of what we do. So I hope they do go out, and they're literally across the country. The coins are from coast to coast. There's some coins in Canada. There's none in Mexico. So if anybody thinks I put it in Mexico, I didn't. I couldn't get across the border. I really wanted to, but they're fussy about what you can bring across the border, and I wasn't near the border without things you can't go across the border with. So I didn't. There's not any in Mexico, but there are some very close to Mexico. So there's going to be everywhere from coast to coast. The coins are going to be popping up all over the place, and like I say, it's just a way to see the country and a way to show the kids things you're out seeing. So that's really what it is. And if somebody's watching this and you're on YouTube right now and you don't have you're not into social media. I mean, I have a great friend of mine, Daryl, who watches everything we do on YouTube and nothing on Facebook. If you're somebody like that, then you just email me a picture of it and I'll put it up for you. And I'll say, hey, so-and-so found coin number 22, in Illinois. He's not on Facebook, but he wanted me to post it. So I'll post a picture for you. That's no problem at all. We'll have a team of people that can do that. So that is easy enough to do. So if anybody has any questions, any other questions on, because I'm sure I didn't think of everything. I'm sure we're going to have some hiccups. Don't think that this is something I've done 100 times. And some of the coins have been found already. So I was absolutely shocked. And I can't wait to share where one of them is. When it's found, I'm going to say that was the one that was found literally 5 days after I put it out there. Somebody found it. And it's a coin that is in a remote area, a place I would not expect anybody to go, let alone be digging. And it was buried underground, and somebody found it 5 days later. And then somebody found it again, late after that. And I thought, how in the hell why is somebody even here? And they were doing a geo hunt for something else. The geo hunts are much bigger than I ever knew, but they were out on a geo hunt and they found it. So they hit me up and they asked me if I wanted them to take it and rehide it. I said, no, absolutely not. That's not what this geo hunt is. And they said the geo hunt they were on, if you find it, you take it and you rehide it and you post the location of it and you see who gets out there to get it. So like it was pretty cool how they did it, but I was like, yeah, don't move the coin, please. But it was pretty fun. Somebody found it already, so they put it back. But inside all of them, I had a thing in case that were to happen. So, and hopefully they all hold up. There was one that went missing already, so I put another one there, and I'll explain that later. But it didn't last with some storms that came through, so had to switch that up. So it's all good. Yeah, that's really all I got. I see somebody's texting me. Make sure that's nothing. Let's see. Nope, that's nothing. Anyhow, that's all I got. You got anything special for me?
Just a little hero news.
Perfect. I'll take it.
Okay. So Alfie, he jumped in some freezing cold water this weekend to raise money for Duchenne and awareness for Duchenne, money and awareness for Duchenne. He and his dad and some other people. So yeah, I don't know if you saw the video, but it was pretty cool. And he said it wasn't even that cold.
That's because he's super tough. If I jump in, I'm gonna cry like a little girl. But there's that.
Yeah, they're crazy, Alfie. Exactly, Amy. So that was Alfie.
Yeah, he's tough.
He is. They will be leaving Thursday. They meaning him and Jack, coming to America, to Florida for their treatments on Thursday. That we had.
And that's. And speaking of their treatments, some of the events we have not earmarked exactly where they're going to go, but some of the things we're doing this year are going to be tied exactly to that, of their treatments. Jack, I'm not saying anything that most people don't know, but Jack had heart problems. His heart was getting weak before, and because of the DMD, it was affecting the muscle that is his heart. And when he started getting stem cell treatments, his heart regained its strength and it came back. So there's not a doubt that it has helped him immensely. So that is something that we're going to prioritize this year, is making sure that they can stay getting their treatments. So as everybody knows, I'm not for or against any treatments at all. I don't care what any family decides to do. We don't care if you go to stem cell treatments. We don't care if you do therapy, steroids. I don't care what anybody does. But whatever they decide to do, I'm behind it. So, and it's super expensive. I'm not going to lie, that stem cell treatments, they're about $50,000 a year. So that's a lot of money. $50,000 a year is a lot of money to come up with to get that done. So, that's an immense amount of stress that the families are under to make that happen. And I've always said, what would you do if it was your kid? What would
Yeah.
you do for one more day of with them walking, one more day of, you know, uh, running around, whatever. So um, that's really the motivation. So we're gonna have some things. Our certificates with our Monster Miles. I think we're gonna start with that. Everything we make off of our certificates, every nickel we make, because we have zero tied up into that. There's nothing that it doesn't cost us anything to do the certificates. So I think everything that we raise from that, we're just going to give right to Jack and Alfie to cover their coming to America for the treatments, whatever that is that they need help with, the actual treatments, the plane rides, the food. There's just a lot to it. So um, I just wanted to let people know that starting out this year, we're going to earmark exactly what we're helping with. And so it's just clear and you can see what it's going to do. Iceman is doing 100,000 miles this year and he's already kicking ass on it too. I might add that, but he's doing 100,000 miles this year. He's got his own Give Butter set up for the year. And he's really focusing on finishing Gavin's paying off his van. And he's a local to Gavin. So we thought that was really great for him to do because he can reach out to local businesses who want to help somebody, everybody. It's easier to get businesses to support somebody when the kid lives in their town, that kind of thing. So it's going to be great. And, there's never ending needs for Drew Turbo. There's a track system that we're going to put in Turbo's house. So it'll take him from his bed right into the shower, right into the toilet. So he doesn't need as much assistance to do some things. He can do those things on his own. And that's going to go for all the kids. And I'm going to meet with each of the parents in January to get a better handle on what they need. And then we'll make that all public. But that's what we're doing. And, I really appreciate everybody who jumps on, like Brandy doing the certificates. They took that over. That would have died without Wrong Way and Brandy, stepping up because I was doing the certificates and they were really hard for me. I love doing them. I got to be honest. I missed that part of it, but I love to do them. I love to write and I love to write somebody's story, but I just couldn't do it. And last year I underestimated how much work 100,000 miles was. I just didn't have that dialed in and it just took all I could do to ride and to plan. We had 3 events last year. So, when I wasn't riding, I was just swamped with getting everything organized. So that the certificates would have been done. And I don't know, man, I'm sure Brandy's on here. She could tell us how many she did last year, but it was a couple hundred. And this year we got some new things coming out. So to really get people involved with that. And it's not about, our certificates are not about riding crazy miles and proving to the world you're a badass rider. Our certificates are designed, they're awards, not a certificate. They're an award and they're designed to show you they have a badass heart, not that you're the biggest, baddest rider, in the land. If you want to do that, the Iron Butt Association has a gazillion rides. They check your odometers and they have all the receipts just right. We're not like that. We're not out to prove that you're the greatest rider. We're out to thank you for, there you are, 340. So we're hoping to up that number by a lot this year. And those awards, some of them are going to be, you don't have to prove you rode at all. There's going to be a picture of you with your bike in there. So that's all you're going to need. We don't care if you rode 5 miles to get to it. We're going to have a certificate, an award. If you go to Dead Horse, if you have your motorcycle at the top of the Dalton Highway, you can get a certificate for that. We want people to do something for the monsters, promote the kids. And everybody that's out doing that is, just goes above and beyond because they meet somebody they shake somebody's hand, they tell somebody their story, and it goes a long ways. And these kids are reaping the benefits of that. Gavin went on a hunt. Those people found him because of Facebook and saw his story. So there's just so much for that. And I tell each one of these kids we meet them, hey, do you want to be famous? And that's what I mean. I want people to spread their story, and people know them. And I met that Brody's family and talked to him. And one of Brody's wishes was to meet Gavin. So I thought that was pretty cool. And that's shows you when I say you want to make him famous. Now Gavin's so famous amongst other boys with DMD. There's a kid that looks up to him like people look up to football players and and everybody else. So that was pretty cool. So that's the thing. So we're gonna just earmark that. But when you're talking about Elfie and Jack and Coming to America, I wanted to let people know how much of a strain that is on them and how we're going to try to up it. And there's a lot of restrictions on what we can do, because they live in another country, and treatment stuff is not something you can donate to. So, there's just some red tape and some hoops you got to jump through and some things you got to navigate to do it in a different manner. So that's just fine. I'll do that. But anyhow, so that's what we got. So I'll let continue on, but I just got sidetracked there because I thought that was important to let people know.
It is. That is very important. On to Drew. He's getting the last of his Christmas stuff set up, and he's enjoying that so far, to help him out. And next week he has his DMD clinic day, which Dad says always kind of sucks. And he has also been down kind of lately because he's at that stage where he looks up too much stuff on the internet, kind of like how Alfie did, and questioning things about why and what life means. So I guess he's mainly positive about it, but they still ask questions and wonder, what they're reading about.
Well, when you get to that age, you don't look at life the same. It's just different. Like, everybody knows the hourglass has sand flowing out of it fast. Everybody, and that's hard to get a grasp on when you're 50 years old, let alone when you're, a teenager. Mm-hmm. So, and the how and the why, and I was, I can't even fathom the idea that what the kids have to go through. And that's why it's so important to keep them so upbeat and doing all the things that we do. And that's why we've got a lot of things coming up this year, more geared to that, like to keep them in the center of attention, basically. Yeah. Get people there to see them and send things to them. Like Frankie Mountains is awesome about that. Like, he goes not only to see Turbo, but he's stopping at dealerships on the way, telling them about them, getting stuff for the kids. He's way better at that stuff than like I am. Like, I'll be tired and I'll go into a dealership and I don't talk to anybody. I sit in a corner and return emails, and then I leave. And the next day I'm like, God, I should have just spent 20 minutes, like, really hammering this out. So, and that's what, we want to get. So if anybody's sitting out there watching this, and they're like, I'd like to tell more people about this, but I don't have cards. I don't have whatever. If there's anything anybody needs, they just hit me up. We can get business cards made for next to nothing and get them to you, and with a message on the back or whatever. And you just hand out cards. If you're not somebody who wants to talk to somebody, but you want to hand out cards, no problem. That's all good. What does that comment say? This should not be sad because we are who we are. We just have to make the best of it. That's about it too. You are who you are, and there's no guarantees for anybody. I told Goat and I talk a lot, and we spent many nights, just the two of us. So I'm not like, man, there's no guarantees in anybody's life. Don't think that somebody without DMD is going to just have a cakewalk. There's nothing guaranteed. So you got to do what you can when you can, and that goes for everybody, not just for the heroes, but for the monsters as well. Don't put off shit you can do today, or something epic. Don't do that. Put it off because you think you can do it tomorrow, because I know a lot of people that didn't get tomorrow. So, it's important for everybody. So that's that. But it's tough for the boys, and they're getting older. Some of them are old enough. You run these phones. The world is at your fingertips,
It
and
is.
And people are ruthless. Other kids are brutal, and those kids can look things up and then use it against the kids. And kids are kids, and they're always going to be kids. So it's motivating for us to do what we do because they need the help, and so many aspects of it.
Yep.
What else you got for me?
I have Mr. Gavin. He had an amazing trip in Hawaii. I'm sure you saw on the internet, but it's coming to an end. He leaves bright and early tomorrow morning. He got to
Is it
swim
tomorrow?
I think so. I think that's what she said. Tomorrow morning.
That goes by fast.
Yes. He swam with dolphins. He went whale watching. While whale watching, the family got sick on the boat. Everyone except Gavin. He was eating fruit and having a good time and like nothing. I just laughed. She sent me a picture and I was like, yeah, that's Gavin. She's like, he's just nothing bothers, nothing phases him. He just, yeah. So
yeah, Gavin's awesome too, because if you're sick and he's not, then he'll just flat out like, well, you're gonna have to deal with it because we're whale watching.
Unless he's sick.
Yeah, and if he's sick, then the whole world. That's why him and I get along so good because we're so similar. Like if I'm not sick, the rest of the world is gonna have to toughen up. But the minute I get sick, everything stops.
That's so funny. I love it.
That's pretty good. But his trip looked it looks awesome.
It was beautiful. Oh, the pictures. It looks so beautiful there. It really did. He looked like he had a great looks like they're having a great time.
Yeah, for sure.
Turbo, they're getting ready for Kim's birthday tomorrow. She wants to go to Benihana's, and of course Turbo approved to that. That's his favorite place to eat. So that's all I really got on Turbo. So he's doing good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday to little Kim, and I hope they have a great time.
Yes, exactly.
That will be awesome. That's all I got. I'm gonna go watch a movie with the family, I think. But my daughter's here for another couple days till Friday, I guess. So another 4 days, 5 days. Then it'll be quiet around here. So next week, I think I'll be on regardless. I'll be able to come on. But next week, I'm gonna unplug for a week, and I'm gonna work on my book. So
I don't blame
try to get as much done this week as I can, and next week I'm gonna try to be kind of chill and have everything turned off so I can. I'm the kind of person that if I'm going to work on something, I got to have it silent and no interruptions. That my attention deficit really jams me up. If I get interrupted, then it takes me another half hour to get back into it. So my brain's a little broken, but it's all good. But that's it. Everybody, thank you for the support. I thank you all for and thank you for the thumbs up, because a week is just not complete without a thumbs up. So and speaking of Dylan, man, if anybody did not see the video of Dylan with his tent and Misty, you have to watch it. I tried to get it where I could share it on here, and I don't know, I could share my screen and go through Facebook. It was just hilarious though. And I tell people all the time, you have to have a sense of humor. And if you're going to hang out with me, you really have to have a sense of humor. That'll make you cry. But I love
you have to have a sense of humor.
Yes, really I love a good sense of humor. I think that is one of the most important qualities in a person is a sense of humor. And I love Dylan's sense of humor. And man, he makes me laugh all the goddamn time. So, and when I saw that video in particular, though, man, I laughed. I told you before, I was in bed at 2 a.m. trying to go to sleep, and I was chuckling to myself because of the comments.
Was crabby. I literally was crabby, and he's like, "No, we have to do this. It'll be so funny." And I'm like, "No, it'll be stupid. Let's just." Finally, I gave in, and yeah, it really was hilarious. But I was crabby. I really was.
That was so funny, man. I laughed. I still laugh, man. I'm still laughing. I don't know, maybe I'll have to have you send me the videos I put on our YouTube, because I can't share it from Facebook. And if you try to download
it, send it to you. Yeah. He laughed while making it. He was like a little schoolboy, just giggling and laughing. I'm like, oh my God.
I would
Yeah.
laugh too because it was like he's got a great like to come up with that stuff is
I don't know.
like
He's like, we got to do that. He's like, I got to think. I need to thank them for this tent. And I'm like, what better way? And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess.
oh, that was good humor. Good
Uh,
humor. So that was well worth it.
Michelle,
So
wait, where's the video? Oh well, you'll have to go to Dylan's page and see the
yeah, I
video.
know.
It's right up your alley.
And
So
show I wanted to have that as on here, but
maybe
Facebook
next week,
you
Shell.
can't just steal videos like you can pictures from Facebook. So I think next week
Dang.
we should just have that. Well, can't you just share your screen and put it on right now? Like you gotta Dylan, or it's probably more work.
Well,
All right, that'll be your task
I'm
for
on
next week.
3%, so I can't. But maybe next
Okay.
week we can.
Funny
How about
they'd be
next
on
week? Tune in
3%
next week.
yeah, tune in next week for the video. That'll be good. All right.
I'm gonna
That's
quick
all.
share this. Kim wanted to see this up close. I don't know if she's still on. It's got cat hair on it, but you can see it.
Yeah,
Hopefully she can see it up close. Yeah.
it
I
looks
don't know if
good.
she's still on. Okay. She asked in somewhere in the comments. So all right.
Yeah, it looks the hats look great. So again, Craig, thank you for that. And
Yes.
it was awesome. Let's see. I had something else. What else?
Oh, there Amy just shared it. Thanks, Amy.
Amy's on the ball. And I did
Yeah.
want to one other thing before we go.
Okay.
Because I got to share this. I got a license
yes.
plate. Brad was one of the guys that won. Brad Phelps. He's one of the guys. He lives in Homer, Alaska, and he happened to win one of our 13 Days of Christmas, one of those things. And he had something on Facebook about if anybody wanted to trade a license plate, and he had this on a scooter or something. And I said, man, I'll take that one with the bear on it because I collect some license plates. That was kind of cool. And I said, I have a motorcycle plate. And I said, I'll take my plate right off my motorcycle and give it to you. So he thought that was pretty cool. So I got my plate. This was the plate that was on my motorcycle for the Hokahe. It's not the one that I didn't take it off just now because I actually had to take this off because when I got a bike, they gave me a new plate on accident. So instead of taking my plate off of the bike, this was the one from the Hokahe. And it still has the Dalton Highway mud on the back of it. So this I'm going to put in the mail tomorrow for Brad, but he sent me a cool sticker for my bike. I think that's kind of cool.
I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. So Brad, if you're tuning in, I really appreciate it. And maybe I looked that up because it was on like a scooter or the plate he gave it to me. I think might have been off like a adventure bike or something, but I don't know. I think it's a cool souvenir with the bear on there and
Really
everything.
cool. I like that.
Yeah. I didn't buy it. It came from somebody I know. So that's pretty cool. So, all right. That's all I got. I know I went over a half hour. So thank you for not ending the stream. I'm going to end it. I'm going to show one video and then I'm going to end it because this is only 10 seconds. But Iceman, I think this is the same place you made yours. But I had this made for our logo and I thought it was money well spent.
This is pretty cool.
Oh, I got to hit play. I think that's the same thing you use on the movie. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's so cool, and I think that's the same. I would think that's the same thing Iceman used on the movie, but I had that because I wanted to use it on some videos, and I saw they had a promotion for $25. You get that made, but it costs you $40 if you go with the 4K because you have to have that. So it's extra $15. And I have no idea what the 4K does for you, but I did know that they charge you $15. Cool. Yeah, it was only $25, but an extra $15. So that was like, a big chunk more. So it must be really cool. So I'm that sucker. So anyhow, that's that. It's 9:00. We're at an hour. Gotta go. See you later. Peace.
Bye.